You believe that focusing on your goals, your desires, what it is that you're trying to create and manifest in your life is the way to achieve those goals and desires because that is how we are taught that the way that the world works, and it's absolutely not. So if you, for example, are desiring more money, and you are putting forth your thoughts, time, energy behind, I have this desire, I want to reach this desire. It's outside of you, right? Like it's not in your sphere of being currently. That is what will keep you forever stuck in a loop of always wanting more and not actually fully achieving your goals and receiving your desire. So, how do you fix this and how does this show up, right? So, most people don't realize that you're not manifesting what you want, you are manifesting who you believe yourself to be. This is like very nuanced and is something that you have to be like really prepared to hear, um, because it challenges what we are taught to believe about the way that the world works. And once you experience the shift, it will just blow your mind and it makes creation, consciously creating, so much easier, right? And so if you see yourself as the woman who struggles or who is looked over or ignored, or, I've always had to be resilient, or I've always had to struggle to achieve my goals. This is something that like so many people deal with. And a lot of women wear it as like a badge of honor, where it's like, I've had to work really hard for everything that I have, and nothing was given to me. I have like a really strong work ethic, which none of those are bad or wrong, right? Like your past and your experiences are valid and true. And if you desire to have a different experience, you there comes a point where you have to be willing to let go of that and to stop resonating as the version of you that struggles, that has to fight tooth and nail and work really hard for what you want. And I promise you that when you do that, it feels so much better to create from a place of peace and calm and stability and security than it comes from, I have to prove myself and I have to work really hard. Like, it just feels better. I'm thinking back to like previous clients and even myself. It's like it always felt really good to be the person that was like really strong and really gets things done. And learning to let go of that can be challenging. Like I feel like even viscerally, I was like, no, I was not happy about that, right? I was not happy about needing to let go of that because I felt that it made me worthy. It made me important. It made me valid. And this is, most of my clients have this come up, right? Because we pride ourselves in this inner strength and resiliency. And when you see yourself that way, you will only ever receive more of that, right? Like you might receive the money, but it's going to come at the cost of you needing to be resilient, you needing to prove yourself, you needing to seek validation outside of yourself, right? And it's like letting go of that belief about yourself can be triggering. And this is why nervous system regulation is hugely, hugely important in doing this work. And where having a coach or a mentor like me, it can be super helpful because it's not that it's scary, but it can feel scary to learn to trust yourself and to hold yourself through this transition of, no, actually, I'm worthy and I receive just because, right? It's like, what do you mean just because? This is funny, a little side note, but I've been watching Bridgerton and the Mondriches. Um, is like a sub, they're like a sub character, and they're not nobility. One of the conversation, I'm like, don't spoil it. One of the conversations that the husband has is around they receive something, they receive money, they receive whatever, and the husband and what, like, they're struggling with, oh, we didn't earn this, or oh, I'm afraid that this can be taken away from me because I didn't work for it, because it wasn't something that I earned. I didn't have to prove myself in order to receive this. And it's like, yeah, you don't have to. You actually don't have to. You actually just get to receive, not based on how hard you work and how much you're willing to sacrifice, and just all of the shit stories that we're taught that keep us productive for, you know, billionaires, right? Like people that own big business like that, right? And so when we learn these things, it's like, oh, shoot, like I actually am worthy just because I exist. If you see yourself as the woman who struggles, gets hurt, has to work for love, or barely scrapes by, it doesn't matter how many affirmations you say, it doesn't matter um what you journal, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Your world is going to keep reflecting that back to you. You can only receive from a place of what how you view yourself. And if you do nothing else, this is the shift to make. So, how do you shift this? Well, you have to learn to stop it. It's like, stop it, right? I'm like, I have conversations with people outside of, my business, outside of client work. And people say things like, um, oh, I'll give my example. My examples. So forever, I had the belief that I wasn't important. I didn't have an importance, and that I was overlooked. When I delivered one of my children, I was there for more than a couple of days, and the nurses like just stopped checking on me because that's how I viewed myself. One time I went into a restaurant and I was there for like 15 minutes. Actually, this happened quite a few times. And the waiter or waitress like didn't come take my drink order. Like I just viewed myself as somebody that was ignored or wasn't worthy or whatever. And that continuously showed up for me. It can be a comfort because it helps us stay safe. It helps us cope when we're like, oh, this is just who I am. And when I started to shift this, like those things never happened to me, never happened to me now, because I don't resonate with that version of myself. I don't resonate with the belief that I'm not valid or that I'm not good enough or that I'm forgettable or whatever. Like I don't believe those things about myself. And so I don't have those experiences anymore. And once you start to shift and do this work and do this inner work and start to change who you believe yourself to be, and it starts to get reflected back to you, it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible to not have to work for your desires and to receive from this place of I'm worthy just because I'm worthy. I get to have my desires because my desires are good and pure and don't help just me, but help the world around me, right? It it's like the shitty thoughts like just unravel and you receive in new and fun and unexpected ways, and it makes it worthwhile, right? Like it makes living worthwhile. Some of the things that I help my clients with, and some of the things that I've learned to say to myself, is changing your self-concept. Your self-concept, how you feel about yourself, is this unconscious lens that you experience your reality through, right? So, I will now say things like, I am powerful. I am God. I am a conscious creator. I am, like fucking magic at manifesting my desires. Always get what I want. And it's like taking these things on helps to effortlessly shift from receiving from a victim state into receiving from this powerful conscious creator, divine being, however you want to look at it. And like there's a part of me like I'm connecting to the past version of me that like really resonated with the struggle and the hustle. And she's like, if when I first heard these things, I was like, fuck you, this is not true, right? And to the version that I am now, it's like it feels very like she was very resistant to these concepts because it felt like it would make her a bad person. Like if I receive more money and then I still want more, that makes you a bad person. And this is something that comes up a lot with people because this is how we're trained to be, right? To see things as either good or evil, especially around money, especially around pleasures and desires and receiving and allowing things to be easy. These are all just layers of shit that we have to wade through in order to constantly shift back into the version of you that gets to have whatever the fuck you want. If you do nothing else, start to tell yourself, I am valid. I am whole. I am love. I am the woman who is fully supported and at peace and has everything that she wants and continuously gets whatever the fuck she wants. I am the woman that is healthy. I am the woman that is wealthy. I am the woman that is thriving. Tell yourself that, even if it doesn't feel true, even if it doesn't feel possible for you, tell yourself that. If you want to take it up a notch, look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am valid. I am whole. I am worthy. I receive my desires because my desires are given to me for the greatest good. And like feel that. And the more that you do that, the more that you shift into the version of you that believes these things to be true. Because how you feel internally is what gets shown to you outside of yourself. And it's not it can be, but it's not an immediate shift. So like as you're doing this, you might start to see some glimmers of this being shown to you, being reflected. But oftentimes it's the old stuff that is still showing up because you've spent so much time in victim, in not seeing yourself as whole and worthy and lovable and capable and as thriving, right? And so that's what's going to be reflected back to you. So spend time every single day choosing a new identity, choosing who you actually want to be, and tell yourself that. And when the thoughts come up, it's like, no, no, we're not doing that. If this has landed with you, or if you have questions, you can put them in the comments and you can, click the link in my bio, reach out, and I will see you in the next video.